What's up? It's your girl, Jab Queen Boxing, and we back at it again. So, as usual, get ready for a giggle with a shot of the facts. Now, look, I told myself I was only going to do one video today, but yeah, these damn YouTube streets is flooded with messy man shit. These boxers done lost their mind. So in this video, we're going to be covering the interview that Shakur did with the Danza Project. And shout out to them. That was a really cool interview. A lot of his questions were a little biased in my opinion, but I mean, he gave a great interview regardless. So I'm going to play a couple of clips and then we're going to come back and discuss them. I'm not going to keep y'all all night. I just really have a couple that I wanted to kind of explore, if you will. So take a listen to the first one.
Place I know he heard my name, so it's like, bro, let's make this shit happen, dog. Let's
Let's say they
fight.
did make this fight happen and he tried to say, hey, look, I'm the one that's selling more of the pay-per-views. I get the A side cut, you get the B side cut. You gonna be okay with something like
Man, I
that?
done answered that 50 million times. I done say, yes, you are the big superstar. You are that, bro. Respect to you for that, bro. I'm cool with that. Come on. Let's just fight. Let's negotiate. Me and this nigga could even get on the phone and negotiate. I'll be cool with it. I'm not tripping. It's boxing.
Now I know y'all heard what I just heard, right? And does that not sound familiar? Let's get on the phone and negotiate. Let's just make the fight. Everybody's screaming your name. Everybody's screaming my name. It's the biggest fight in boxing. Who does that sound like, y'all? That sounds a lot like Terrence Bud Crawford to me. It's just seeping out his pores. But let's listen to a little bit more, and then I'm gonna tie all of this together so I can get y'all out of here.
How the hands feel?
Better. I got a little trick that I just found that's going to help my hands out a lot.
You were talking about on a Cigar Talk podcast that you were going to reach out to some people.
Yeah.
And so clearly you reached out to somebody and somebody gave you one of the tricks of the trade.
Yeah. I just can't tell.
Yeah.
No, chef can't
It's
say
cool,
his
yeah.
recipe. So.
So just remember, guys, that during this interview, which I believe was a couple of days ago, he said that his hands were fine, right? Even though his grandfather has done, interviews saying that he's had hand issues for several years. Shakur is now saying that his hands are fine. So hopefully he wins his fight with Cepeda. If not, I do not want to hear anything about no damn hand issues.
What is your thoughts now, and how have your thoughts changed about Turkey? I know, like obviously, there's emotions that go on, but this is part of boxing. There is a lot of business talk, a lot of negotiations, a lot of money on the line. How do you feel about him now? How's your relationship with him?
I think it's a business at the end of the day. He came in and he did a tremendous thing for me with putting me on that card, and then now he helped me get the Zapata fight. So you gotta appreciate everything that he done. But it's also a business too. So I just stay focused on what I'm supposed to stay focused on. But I appreciate like everything he do for me.
Move
It's
the way
like
you want him to
this:
move.
you got two guys who stand on certain principles, and sometimes things can get messy in between that. But we both standing on principle, and in this situation, it was like one of those situations where two guys standing on principle.
Bill,
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Ooh, child, standing on principle. Mm, mm, mm. So I'm gonna make this short and sweet because we've been here long enough, and to be honest, I'm nauseated. So, if you haven't watched the full interview, go ahead. I'm gonna put the link in the description so you guys can go ahead and watch it if you have not watched the whole interview. He said a lot of things in this interview that I just couldn't cover in one video, but just a quick overview. He called himself a super villain. Um, I don't know where he gets that from. He said Tank is sensitive, coming from the man who put Twitter sent on the back of his trunks his last fight, whatever. The whole get on the phone and negotiate thing, we went over that. He also talked about Frank Martin and Devin Haney. He talked a little bit about Ryan. He talked about pretty much everybody. He did say something I thought was very interesting though when he was discussing his O, right, and how people are afraid to take a loss. I included him in that, so I don't even know where he got that from. But to me, um, I'm of the belief that if that you may not be who you're meant to be without a little bit of adversity, a little bit of turbulence, right? So some of these boxers, they may become better boxers if they let that O go because then they have no fear. Like, for instance, I think that Ryan is about to become a seriously dangerous fighter. If he tweaks the things that he needs to tweak and stays focused with his power and his balls, because Ryan will fight anybody. Ryan gonna tear some shit up, yo. I can see him easily tearing through a division. I don't know if it's gonna be 147 while Boots is still there, but I can definitely see him making his mark. So that's just something to keep in mind. It was a lot going on in this interview. I just thought I'd cover a few things. I'm trying to push all these videos out. They wouldn't let me do a live for some reason. I don't know what YouTube got going on, but I'm trying to push out as many videos as I can so that they'll allow me to do a live so we can have this conversation live and in color. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's it. He just was doing a whole bunch of lying, flip flopping, diddy bopping. You know how he give it up. But until next time, y'all, catch me on the panel.